So how is it going, guys, and welcome back to another Fallout 4 video. And today I'm going to be going over one of the best armor sets that you can obtain right now in preparation for the Automatron DLC. This armor set, combined, is specifically tailored towards robots. As many of you guys may know, the Automatron DLC is in fact heavily based off robots, so you are going to be going up against a bunch of robot enemies, and this specific armor combination is definitely going to pack a punch in terms of damage resistance if that is something that you're going for. Now, I have done a video based around weapons that are good for the Automatron DLC, some of the best legendary weapons that you can obtain in preparation. If you haven't checked that video out, by the way, I will leave it linked down in the description down below. But anyway, jumping straight into this, of course, to start things off, as always with armor videos that I do make, you're going to want to get ballistic weave, because this is pretty much the best thing you can do in terms of armor rating and damage resistance, period. I mean, this allows you to, put an armor rating onto clothing items that go underneath your armor. So things like dirty army fatigues, which you are seeing in the video, when upgraded with the ballistic weave option, it now gives me 110 damage resistance and energy resistance on just this one piece of clothing that goes underneath your armor. So with this alone, and you can also apply this to certain caps in the game and hats as well, when I apply the ballistic weave option onto those two, it gives it that 110 damage and energy resistance at the highest ballistic weave rank. Just wearing these two clothing items alone, I already have over 230 plus damage and energy resistance. But you can also put on normal generic armor on top of the clothing items that you're already wearing, which will of course not only bump up the armor rating to a substantial amount this time, but here is where the best part of it comes into play, because the armor you're looking for is the Troubleshooter's legendary armor. Now granted, it is quite hard to get a full set of this stuff, and getting a full set of it anyway is definitely overkill. You'll really only need like 2 or 3 pieces, but I'm going to be showing you guys the effect a full set of Troubleshooter's armor on top of ballistic weave does have when facing off against robots. And basically what Troubleshooter's armor is essentially a legendary prefix on top of normal armor that you can get from legendary enemy drops that gives you a plus 15% damage resistance to any robot enemies. And basically, when you have more and more armor pieces, it stacks on top of each other. So having 5 pieces of Troubleshooter's armor in any variant, it can be leather, metal, combined, doesn't really matter, you're going to have plus 75% damage resistance straight off the back against any robots, which is an absolutely substantial amount, and you'll actually see the differences here as well during the video. But you can see when wearing the normal armor on top of the ballistic weave, my armor rating is over 400, which is absolutely crazy, and pretty much makes me a tank at this point on any difficulty. And you will see here now, on survival difficulty, I spawn in like 10 sentry bots, and they literally can barely even damage me. You can see by the gameplay in the background. Now, bearing in mind once again, this is quite overkill considering this is on survival difficulty, and in general you won't need 5 pieces of this stuff. I mean, this is just what 5 pieces does, but I'd say around 2 or 3 pieces is really all you're going to need, or if you are going for a damage resistance type of build, 2 or 3 pieces of this stuff is only really what you may want to look out for. But you can see here now, 10 of these things I just soak up the sheer amount of damage that they try to do to me there. Against an Automatron, where its blades are hitting me, that does a little bit more damage. You can see here by the gameplay, it does actually do quite a bit more, but this is a legendary Automatron, and because it's not doing too much damage, it does give me a chance to actually take it out before it does anything substantial to me there. So definitely want to look out for. I mean, this is very similar to a video I made, if you guys do remember, probably around 2 weeks ago, where I covered my invincible character build. The armor in this video is very similar to the Sentinel's armor from that video. If you guys do remember, the Sentinel's armor set is basically where you stand still, and the legendary prefix gives you a plus 15% damage resistance when standing still. And this armor is very similar in sense, but I think it's kind of better for the Automatron DLC, just because of the fact that you don't need to stand still, you can move around while still having plus 75% damage resistance. And that is pretty much it for the video. I just wanted to kind of showcase to you guys one of the heavy damage resistance armor sets to actually look out for in preparation for the Automatron DLC. And as always, the best ways to get these are simply to legendary farm. I don't think it would really take too much of legendary farming to get at least 2 pieces of this stuff. But if you want to know the best ways to legendary farm, as I always say in these type of videos, you know, the best ways to do it, you know, how to actually legendary farm, the different methods and stuff, there's a bunch of links down in the description down below that you guys can check out, which will not only teach you several ways to legendary farm, but also show you guys some of the best locations in game to actually do that. But anyway, as always, hope you did enjoy this video today. If you did, be sure to let me know by leaving a like down below. Your support, of course, is always greatly appreciated on the channel. Quick reminder for the end of the video, 2 giveaways are being hosted right now. One is my own personal one, which is for a Fallout 4 Season Pass for the winner's platform of choice. If you do want to enter that, there will be a link down below. As well, a $2,000 worth in items giveaway that is being hosted by a bunch of YouTubers, including myself. So if you also want to enter that one as well, once again, links down below. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new around, and I'll catch you guys next time with a brand new video. Peace out.